The Honourable House Leader for the New Democratic Party.
Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Premier. When asked about recent allegations made against the member for Yarmouth, the Premier said that at no time had anyone raised with him the issue of a member of his caucus physically touching any member of the opposition, and we heard him say it again just now. There are conflicting accounts on that point. Mr. Speaker, the Nova Scotia House of Assembly policy on the prevention and resolution of harassment in the workplace definition of harassment includes any behaviour, act, conduct, or comment directed at and offensive to another person. Mr. Speaker, will the Premier acknowledge that the allegations made against the member for Yarmouth describe instances of harassment as described by that policy?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the honourable for the question. Mr. Speaker, it continued, as I said, the allegations that were brought to me, Mr. Speaker, on Monday. I responded to those. I encouraged all members of this House, Mr. Speaker, in any workplace, Mr. Speaker, if they are feeling harassed in their workplace, Mr. Speaker, they should go directly to the people that they're supervisors, Mr. Speaker. In this House, Mr. Speaker, that would be you.
The Honourable House Leader for the New Democratic Party.
Mr. Speaker, it is the Premier who sets the tone for the government, and on behalf of our caucus, I want to express concern for the tone that the Premier is setting. It is unacceptable that the Premier has categorized allegations of a cabinet minister being berated and pushed as enthusiasm. It is irresponsible to have excused this as the behaviour of young guys. We have a responsibility to use our positions of power to set a much higher standard. Mr. Speaker, will the Premier apologize for his dismissive comments and failure to take appropriate action in response to the serious allegations made against the member for Yarmouth?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I completely disagree with the premise of our question, Mr. Speaker, and those that are associated with the words that I said yesterday. At no time did anyone agree, or did I say that at any point that a member of my caucus pushed or touched anyone, Mr. Speaker. I said very to the contrary, they did not. What I was referring to in this House, Mr. Speaker, and all members, sat on this side and that side, Mr. Speaker. I've had members of the opposition of both parties yelling in this chamber, Mr. Speaker, what I've said in this thing, the actions that happened inside of the chamber, and I said the member from Yarmouth, oftentimes reminded that what happens on the floor of this legislature needs to remain on the floor of this legislature, Mr. Speaker. The tone matters. I continue to talk about tone, not only of my own, all members of this House, and I encourage all members to reflect on their own tone inside of this chamber and outside.